Here's a guide to approximate residential unit prices covering electrical, plumbing, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, security, and other general home improvement tasks. These prices are estimates and can fluctuate based on several factors, including geographic location, the specific contractor you hire, and the materials selected for the project. Let's start with electrical work. A three-way switch installation typically costs around $45. Installing a ground fault circuit interrupter or GFCI outlet usually runs about $50. For ceiling fan installation, expect to pay around $75. If you need to upgrade your electrical panel to 100 amp service, the cost will likely be between $800 and $1,200. A more substantial upgrade to a 200 amp electrical panel can range from $1,200 to $1,800. Moving on to lighting, installing a pendant light typically costs $50. Chandelier installation costs vary widely, ranging from $75 to $200, depending on the size and complexity of the fixture. Track lighting installation is generally priced per foot, costing around $60 per foot. Now let's consider heating, ventilation, and air conditioning or HVAC services. Installing a new air conditioning unit can cost anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000. Furnace installation, also for a new unit, typically falls within the $2,000 to $4,000 range. Duct cleaning services are usually priced between $300 and $500. Next up is plumbing. Toilet installation typically ranges from $150 to $300. Shower installation costs can vary significantly, ranging from $500 to $2,000 depending on the type of shower and the complexity of the installation. Water heater installation generally costs between $800 and $1,500. For security services, a 4-camera security system installation can range from $400 to $800. Burglar alarm system installation typically costs between $600 and $1,200. Fire alarm system installation generally falls within the $400 to $800 range. Finally, let's look at some other common home improvement tasks. Drywall repair for small patch typically costs between $50 and $100. Painting a single room usually ranges from $200 to $500. Installing 100 square feet of carpet typically costs between $300 and $600. Single window replacement can range from $300 to $600. Minor roof repairs typically cost between $500 and $1,000. Remember that these are just approximate prices. To get a more accurate estimate, it's best to get quotes from several local contractors. The location can significantly impact pricing due to differences in labor costs, material costs, and local regulations. Contractors with more experience or specialized expertise may charge higher rates. The specific materials you choose can also affect the overall cost. Higher-end fixtures and equipment will naturally increase the price. When obtaining quotes, be sure to ask for a detailed breakdown of the costs, including labor, materials, and any other fees. This will help you compare quotes and make an informed decision. Also, check the contractor's licensing and insurance to ensure they are qualified to perform the work. Firstly, electrical codes mandate the use of specific wiring types and installation methods which can impact costs. For example, depending on the location and application, you might need to use armored cable, also known as AC, metal-clad cable, also known as MC, or conduit. These materials have different costs and require different installation techniques. Secondly, the complexity of the electrical system can influence the price. Adding new circuits or upgrading an electrical panel can be more expensive if it involves running wires through difficult-to-access areas or if it requires significant modifications to the existing wiring. Thirdly, the type of fixtures and devices selected can also affect the cost. High-end lighting fixtures, smart home devices, and energy-efficient appliances typically have higher prices than standard options. When it comes to plumbing, local plumbing codes and regulations dictate the types of materials and installation methods that are allowed. These regulations can vary from one location to another and can impact the overall cost of the project. The complexity of the plumbing system can also affect the price. Installing new pipes or relocating existing ones can be more expensive if it involves working in tight spaces or if it requires significant modifications to the existing plumbing. Also, the type of fixtures and appliances selected can affect the cost. High-end faucets, showerheads, and toilets typically have higher prices than standard options. For heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, or HVAC systems, energy efficiency standards and regulations dictate the minimum efficiency requirements for new equipment. These standards can vary from one location to another and can impact the overall cost of the project. The size and complexity of the HVAC system can affect the price. Installing a larger or more complex system can be more expensive than installing a smaller or simpler one. Finally, the type of equipment selected can affect the cost. High-efficiency furnaces, air conditioners, and heat pumps typically have higher prices than standard options. When it comes to security systems, local regulations may require permits or inspections for certain types of installations. These requirements can vary from one location to another and can impact the overall cost of the project. The complexity of the security system can affect the price. Installing a more complex system with more features can be more expensive than installing a simpler one. Also, the type of equipment selected can affect the cost. High-end security cameras, alarm systems, and access control systems typically have higher prices than standard options. Regarding general home improvement tasks, building codes and regulations dictate the minimum standards for construction and renovation work. These standards can vary from one location to another and can impact the overall cost of the project. The complexity of the project can affect the price. More complex projects that involve significant modifications to the existing structure can be more expensive than simpler projects. Finally, the type of materials selected can affect the cost. High-end materials typically have higher prices than standard options. Therefore, obtaining multiple quotes from different contractors is crucial before undertaking any home improvement project. This allows you to compare prices and services and choose the contractor that best fits your needs and budget. Do your research, ask questions, and carefully review the quotes to ensure you understand the scope of the work and the associated costs. It's always a good idea to check references and read online reviews to get a sense of the contractor's reputation and quality of work. Finally, remember to factor in potential unforeseen costs or complications that may arise during the project. It's always wise to set aside a contingency fund to cover any unexpected expenses. By carefully planning and budgeting for your home improvement projects, you can help ensure a successful and cost-effective outcome. Consider, for example, electrical work, where you may encounter outdated wiring that needs to be replaced, or plumbing where hidden leaks or corrosion could necessitate additional repairs. In HVAC projects, asbestos removal or ductwork modifications can add to the initial estimate. Let's delve into some more specific examples within each category. In electrical work, consider the installation of recessed lighting. The cost can vary based on the number of lights, the type of trim, and whether insulation contact or IC rated housings are required. Also, adding a smart home lighting control system can significantly increase the price, but it can also provide energy savings and convenience in the long run. When it comes to upgrading an electrical panel, consider the future needs of your home. If you plan to add electric vehicle charging, a hot tub, or other high-power appliances, you may want to upgrade to a larger panel than you currently need. Regarding plumbing, consider the installation of a tankless water heater. While the initial cost may be higher than a traditional tank water heater, it can provide energy savings and on-demand hot water. Also, installing a water filtration system can improve the quality of your drinking water and protect your plumbing fixtures from corrosion. For shower installations, consider the type of shower head and fixtures you choose. High-end shower heads with multiple settings and features can significantly increase the cost. For HVAC systems, consider the installation of a programmable thermostat. This can help you save energy by automatically adjusting the temperature based on your schedule. Also, installing a whole house air purifier can improve indoor air quality and reduce allergens. When selecting a new furnace or air conditioner, consider the energy efficiency rating. Higher efficiency models may have a higher upfront cost, but they can save you money on your energy bills over time. When considering security systems, remember that the level of monitoring and the features offered can greatly affect the price. Self-monitored systems are generally less expensive than professionally monitored systems. Also, adding features like video surveillance, remote access, and smart home integration can increase the cost. It's a good idea to research different security system providers and compare their pricing and features before making a decision. When planning general home improvement tasks, consider the long-term value of your investment. For example, replacing old windows with energy-efficient windows can improve the comfort of your home and reduce your energy bills. Also, updating your kitchen or bathroom can increase the value of your home. Remember to choose materials and finishes that are durable and easy to maintain. Finally, remember that the best way to get an accurate estimate for your home improvement project is to contact several local contractors and get written quotes. Be sure to provide them with as much detail as possible about the scope of the work and your desired materials and finishes. This will help them provide you with an accurate and competitive quote. Also, be sure to ask them about their experience, qualifications, and insurance coverage.